Back in ancient Greece, the sweat of athletes was considered a kind of precious commodity. It was believed that when athletes of that caliber sweated, that the sweat itself contained the essence of arete, or excellence, that they were so supreme in their achievements, the sweat itself should be saved. After competition or just after exercising, athletes would scrape the sweat and oil from their bodies into small pots, and then that presumably very funky smelling mixture was sold at gymnasiums and for very large amounts of money. Not for the purposes one might think, like to become a better athlete or to lose weight, but for hemorrhoids and warts and things like that. It's really in the 19th century that women come into the picture. And it was in the 1890s that what was called the safety bicycle was invented. And then someone had the brilliant idea to remove that horizontal bar between the seat and the handlebars and call it a ladies' safety bicycle, so that women in their dresses and skirts could easily get onto a bicycle and off. Not just for transportation, which is how it was first seen, but as a form of exercise. And one of my favorite quotes in the whole book is from Susan B. Anthony, the great women's rights advocate. "The bicycle has done more for the emancipation of women than anything else in the world. I stand and rejoice every time I see a woman ride by on a wheel." The picture of free, untrammeled womanhood. I love how that sort of epitomizes that period.
Are you ready to do the workout?
I actually went back and watched Jane Fonda's original VHS tapes, and I was truly impressed. What they're wearing, maybe that dates it, but otherwise, it hasn't dated really a bit.
Weight evenly distributed on your hands.
She really is, I think, one of the most important figures in the history of exercise, male or female, because especially for women, she made exercise something you could do at home. You didn't have to join a gym. She made it fun. It exploded globally in the 70s and became a real industry, the fitness industry.
Double circle.
And people like Jane Fonda and Arnold Schwarzenegger and many others had a lot to do with that.
Seated twists with a broomstick. You should do lots of these.
Priya, I just loved watching your face when they were talking about the jock sweat used on warts, and you just shut all the way through. When we were talking about Amy's book, you were nodding, and all the way through that you were shaking. No, don't do that. Don't take your jock sweat and put it anywhere. What's exercise for, doctor? Is it to look good, or is it about something else?
I'll tell you something, social media has a lot to answer for on this, Ellen, because I feel like it put the bar too high. It's made exercise unattainable, and people think that exercise is about changing your body in the way you look, getting a six-pack and a thigh gap and all this stuff that doesn't actually matter when it comes to health. As a GP, exercise is amazing for, chronic disease prevention, preventing heart disease, stroke, some cancers like bowel and breast cancer. You can see I'm so passionate about this. It's also really good for your brain. So exercise reduces your risk of depression. We know an hour in a week can do that. It protects the brain. It helps medicate the brain in anxiety, depression, stress. It's powerful stuff, and you don't need to look like Jane Fonda, but you can, because it's awesome. But, you can wear whatever you like, and you can go for a brisk walk. You need 30 minutes most days, and it doesn't have to be hard or glamorous or involve kettlebells or anything. I tell my patients, put your sneakers on and walk, because that's what I do.
Yeah, I don't know. Amy, you're locked up in Parliament House. I worked there very briefly in the wintertime when nothing was happening, and I was flat out finding the exit. You don't get out of Parliament House, do you?
No, not often, and that's a good thing because I look like a drunken duck when I run, so I'm kind of saving most of society from that. But I just kind of think you can be healthy at any size, and we so often focus on becoming slim and that sort of look of exercise when often it's quite unhealthy. Just you can't tell how healthy somebody is by looking at them, and I think that's one of the biggest issues of exercise culture.
That's true, isn't it? I mean, I shout at people when I run because it's good, I don't know whether Priya's going to exert. I think if you throw off those negative emotions, it reduces your chances of getting sick, And I remember shouting at somebody ages ago, imagine what I looked like if I didn't run. And I thought, there you are. I felt very good about that. A few endorphins released. Peter, you an athlete?
I'm a very athletic walker, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think my partner or anybody else would say anything about that. The dogs have got old now, so they're 13, so they don't walk as much as they used to. But it's funny, Amy, when I visited Parliament House, I got so many steps up because I walked from the press gallery down to the, all the different offices, and I got thousands of steps up. It's a big place, Parliament House. I actually missed the steps I used to get there, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I'm stuck behind a computer, so
Yes.
I'm not moving anywhere.
Live blog. This is not good for your
But
health.
can I say this, Amy? You could squat at the computer, and even that counts as exercise. You can do some little anything counts.
Or stand.
How would you do that? Would you? Is that
Yes.
just stand there and do that? Okay, I'll
Correct.
do that.
It all counts.
It all counts. I'm doing it in high heels too. And you're a swimmer.
Yeah, I swim.
Don't you love to swim?
It's actually my meditation because I can't still my mind. I'm always thinking things through. But because I'm asthmatic, I have to concentrate on every stroke and every breath.
Yeah.
So it's been really good for me, and it's been good. So swimming's my thing.
In this book, Bill Hayes describes he was Oliver Sacks' partner, and when Oliver died, he stopped exercising. He was grief-stricken for 3 years. He didn't exercise. He meant to just stop for a minute, and he got back into the pool, and he thought it would take him, 10 laps to figure it out. And that's the thing about swimming, isn't it? Unlike running, you're back into it.
Yeah.
Aren't you? How does it feel when you're looking at the black line?
Well, I'm very blessed. I have a pool at home, and so I swim and I count all the time, and it's
Yes.
like 0-1 breathe, 0-1 breathe, and each lap is an increase in number. But that's all I concentrate on, and so it's not the black line. It's just getting in the water and going, and so I'm up to it's not much. Most people, it's a half a kilometre a day.
Very good.
But that's been good for me. It's been good for me.
And I'm the same. I have to count because I don't want to swim too far. I don't want to over-exercise. And you can't think of anything else when you're counting. I'm not numeric.
and otherwise you get a mouthful of water.
Absolutely. 1, 1, 1,
It's
1,
good
2,
for
2,
you, good for your mental health as well. When you're walking and you're thinking and nobody else is annoying you, it's fantastic.